Put it right there. Because we're hoping that one day we can get sponsored by Liquid Death.
Yeah.
That's a goal. That's a podcast goal.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you on board with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here. We're cracking
Okay.
the Liquid Death. Not sponsored, but in hopes of one day being sponsored by Liquid Death. This is free advertisements for our 19 listeners. Ooh, that was very ASMR.
That's what I tried to do.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, here we are. We're doing another episode here of According to My Wife. Yeah.
So good. Bury It Alive. My favorite.
Convicted Melon. My favorite. I would have never in a million years imagined that I would like drinking sparkling water.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of trips me out. Is that because we're almost 40? Is that what happens?
Yeah, I think so.
I think maybe that's what happens.
Yeah, I think so.
But I'm okay with it. I actually think I drink more sparkling water than regular water.
You do.
At this point.
I know for a fact you do.
It's probably not good. Is that bad?
I don't know.
I tried to look it up, and it was like, it's not bad. It is like drinking water, but because it's carbonated, it can make you very bloaty.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm going to explain me being a little overweight right now on sparkling water.
I don't think it makes you gain weight. I think it makes you bloated, which makes you look fat, but you're not fat.
So I'm not fat. I just look fat.
Just...
because I drink so much sparkling water. I love your glasses today, by the way. You look like the old man from Up. That's a compliment. He's very cute. He's an adorable man.
Thank you.
You don't look like an old man. It's just the glasses.
You're just digging yourself deeper. I also ditched the bangs already. It's been, what, a week?
A week, yeah. You go through this. You go through these phases where you panic. You go like manic panic cut bangs.
Yeah.
And you love it for a day. And then a week later, you're like, I hate it.
I think a lot of girls go through that. Like, you're going to start your period and like, I think I need bangs.
I think it's time for bangs. And then a week later, you're like, oh, no.
Yeah. But, the fun thing about bangs is that you can style them as they grow out. You can do curtain bangs. You can do side bangs. You can do all kinds of things with bangs.
And they grow back.
So
much like the mustache that I chopped off.
It's fine.
It's back and looking better than ever.
Yeah. We're also both tropical.
We are very tropical. The sun is out.
Yeah.
It's warm. It's summertime.
It was a nice day. We went on a walk.
It was a nice day. We went on a really nice walk. We went on an almost 4-mile walk.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was. It was really nice. Through a really nice, really baller neighborhood that we will never have enough money to live in.
It's okay.
But we can walk through it.
Yeah.
And we can admire it.
Which is great.
We can take in the scenery, just not from the inside of one of those really nice houses.
There's a lot of daydreaming going on in my head.
That's all we do is daydream.
Yeah,
this podcast is a daydream.
I've always been a daydreamer.
Me too. I think daydreaming. I think escapism is fun.
Yeah, that's why I like Disneyland.
That's why I like Disneyland too because of that. It's why I like binging TV shows.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with the fact that I am lazy and inactive. Nothing to do with that at all. I just want to escape my life filled with laziness and inactivity.
Yeah, I actually like that. I used to escape my life by smoking a lot of weed.
So did I.
Yeah, now I don't have that in my life, so I just do other things, like eat snacks and watch shows.
Which I don't know if that's necessarily a positive replacement, but maybe a little bit better for the brain.
Yeah.
Maybe, but maybe not at the same time.
I don't know.
Whatever. What are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
You can't win. No one's perfect.
You got one life to live.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Bolo. Last one was bolo. You were wearing a bolo tie.
Yeah.
But bolo means nothing.
No, we don't know. We didn't look it up.
I guess not. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, we've done a lot of podcasts just recently because we're getting ready to go to Washington.
Yeah.
We're going to Seattle. I will only be there for a few days, but Babs and our oldest daughter will be there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's exciting.
It is. I can't wait.
And Brooklyn will be down at my mom's house, which I love that little girl to death, but a 2-week break sounds needed, very much needed.
I could use a 2-week break from both of them, but I've got the older one that complains more going with me.
That'll be fun.
Tagging along.
That'll be interesting. Good luck.
A lot of food that she's going to want to eat.
God, that kid eats so much food.
The whole time, all she's going to be like, I'm hungry.
Yeah,
I know. Hungry.
I know. Well, that's what, when you're a teenager, that's what you are.
It'll
You're
be,
hungry.
I'm hungry and I'm tired. That's it.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm tired. I have a headache. My shins hurt.
Today it was her knees.
Yeah, her knees. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you complain like an old woman.
Yeah. I'm like, how old are you? You're 82?
80 years old. Yeah. 80-year-old teenager.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to spending 3 days in Washington. That'll be the longest that I've spent there. I've only been there a couple times on tour doing shows. And I have not really got to see much of it. I did go do the whole Pike's Place market
Yeah.
very briefly, but I was violently hungover when I was there.
That was a long time ago, too.
It was a long time
Yeah.
ago. That was more than 10 years ago now.
Wow.
I think it was 2011 was the last. Well, I was there. Technically, I was outside of Seattle. Mountain View, I think, is where I was.
I don't know where that is.
I think it's like southeast of Seattle, but I was there on Vans Warped Tour. That was the Seattle date, but it wasn't actually in Seattle.
Yeah.
But I was just there, in and out, and then drove overnight to Portland. So I barely spent any time there, and I'm looking forward to that. And it should be fun.
Yeah.
First time we've flown with all of us.
Yeah.
Well, it's our youngest daughter won't be there with us, but first time that we have flown like collectively as a family.
Yeah, it's usually me flying with children. Yeah, because I've flown with both kids before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You haven't flown with Brooklyn.
Yeah, I have.
You've flown with Brooklyn?
Yeah, when she was a baby.
Oh, as a baby.
As a baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, that
She
doesn't
was like
count.
10 months old. It counts.
And not like it would be now.
I had 2 children.
She's a 6-year-old.
She is a 6-year-old. Yeah.
That's a different level.
I
of
think it would actually
beast.
go okay now. I think
actually
her
think-
as a 4-year-old. Nah.
No, I think it'll go well now too. She's a lot more well adjusted and
Yeah.
understands being in
Things.
social aspects a little bit more, which she didn't for a long time. But now that she's gone through kindergarten and she's a little bit more well adjusted for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. Although I love traveling, but it's so much work at the same time.
It is. It is a lot of work. Even just preparing for it and then thinking about all the ins and outs of we have to rent a car. Thank goodness we're staying at my grandparents' house and my grandpa Buddy in Maryland. And it's just, thank God for family.
Had to figure out parking at LAX. That's a pain in the ass. We have to drive up there. I mean, I got to land, drive back, like all that, all the bags being organized.
Yeah.
And
Figuring out what I'm going to wear and not a lot of bags too, because
Right.
bags are so expensive.
so expensive, so unreasonable.
Yeah.
And then thinking about even this right here, we have a podcast release schedule.
Yeah.
We have to stick to it.
Yeah.
So we've had to record this is 3 episodes in 1 week.
3 episodes in the last 3 days.
In the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes me realize we're capable of doing quite a bit
We
here.
really are.
And
yeah.
maybe this is the way that we should do it. Instead of just doing it once a week where we record 2 episodes,
Yeah.
maybe one at a time when we know we have an open day on the schedule.
Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely not that bad though. We're capable of squeezing an episode in if we need
Yeah,
to. And
I think so.
I worked on my notes literally this morning, and I had no problems. I even watched a show and then I worked on my notes. Look
at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at what you've become here.
Yeah,
A little podcast professional.
that's right.
So when you do you keep a list of topics that
like
that you
future
think,
ones?
Yeah, that you think are interesting, and then
yeah.
when it's ready to go, you just deep dive that one, or does it like the one you did today? Did you have that on a list of things?
So I have a physical list on my phone in my notes. I also have an imaginary list in my head, and this one's from the imaginary list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you were just let's do that one now.
Yeah, there's random things in my head where I for some reason haven't written them in my notes, but I always am in my head oh, I want to do this,
Right.
and I just for some reason don't write it down. Today I was I want to do that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into it then, Babs.
Okay.
Let's get into it on another episode of According to My Wife.
Were you hoping I was going to say it at the same time?
No, I was
Oh,
not. I was
okay.
really glad you didn't. I thought you were going to try. And then
I
gonna
was
be
going
"Why
to,
did
but
we
I
do
didn't know if
that?"
there was going to be a pause.
No, I was going to be that was so corny. I'm glad you didn't do it.
Oh, I
right.
like corny stuff.
Well, here we are. We're corny.
Yeah.
You love
Okay.
corn.
I do like corn. Actually, I stopped eating corn though, a little while ago.
What?
Yeah. I saw a reel on Instagram that was corn's bad for you. And so I was like,
Oh,
no.
so even though I've been telling you corn's bad for you for
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
you saw one fucking reel on Instagram,
Yeah, it
and that swayed
convinced
your
me.
opinion?
Yeah, they were farmers. So
Do
I
you
was
even know
are
who
these
that
people?
farmer was?
I don't
Were they
know.
real farmers or were they just pretending?
It was a family.
I'm a real person in front of you.
It was a family
I've
of farmers.
been your trusted husband for a decade and a half, and I'm not good enough?
Yeah. That's why I don't listen to you. All right, ready for this?
Yep, I'm ready.
Unusual Victorian inventions.
Unusual Victorian inventions.
Yes. And
You are big on the 1800s.
that's
and
my time period.
I know.
I think I died then.
So, okay. So past lives, let's just tangent.
Okay.
Okay. So are past lives like continuous, or is
What
it
do you
like,
mean?
well, like, is a past life always alive? Like if you died in the 1800s, were you alive after that one as someone else before you became you? Were there several lifetimes?
Oh, I don't know.
Or is it just you from the 1800s and then your next life is up here and then your next life will be 500 years?
Oh, there
How
was
does that?
probably one before that. I don't know. I'm not like, well versed in reincarnation.
Well, obviously there's no evidence or proof that it really exists anyway. But you hear
No,
a lot of
but
people talk about past
yeah,
lives,
yeah.
and maybe we have multiple past lives.
When I was growing up, I was always told that I was an old soul.
Mhm.
And I feel like some people just have that thing about them where you're like, this person's definitely been here before. And I
yeah.
just like feel that.
You feel very 1800s.
I just feel so 1800s. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Unusual
Victorian
inventions.
inventions. Also, I'm just obsessed with the like 1800s. Like, I don't know, it's an interesting time period.
Yeah.
They were stylish and the houses are beautiful and
Mhm.
I don't know, it's just cool. All right. The Victorian era has been dubbed the age of innovation. Innovation. Can I start over?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to keep that in, but you could start over.
Why? The Victorian era has been dubbed the age of innovation because of its advances in modern invention, some of which are still around to this day, and some that were just too bizarre to last. Today, we are going to talk about some of those strange inventions that what they have and what they would have been used for. We're not drinking on this particular
Maybe
one.
we should be.
Am I better at reading when I've had a glass of wine?
I think maybe you are.
Whoa. I think I have a
maybe.
better, I think it like helps me concentrate.
All right. We are renouncing our potential Liquid Death sponsorship, and
Yeah.
we are trading it for a wine sponsorship.
Yes.
So if any alcoholic beverages want to sponsor us,
Yes.
it will help Babs read better.
I'm going to read the last sentence one more time.
Okay. Read it again.
Today we are going to talk about some of those strange inventions and what they would have been used for.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so basically I'm going to go through a list of some
Before you
strange
get into the list,
inventions.
what inspired this particular one? Is this just,
I
was
don't
there
know.
anything specific,
No.
or you never saw something and you were like, oh, and then you.
Well, I just am, I don't know, I'm curious about inventions. Like I tried to invent something before.
You did try to invent something.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I just was thinking like about inventions and like things from the past. Like what are some interesting things that people used to have?
So there was no particular trigger. This is
No.
just like an ongoing
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so first on our list is the grenade fire extinguisher. Patented in 1883.
Mhm.
This is going to be a horrible one just because I can't read. Oh my gosh.
You're overthinking it.
Patented in 1883. The fire extinguisher was handheld, made of glass, filled with liquids used to put out a small fire in a matter of seconds. The only problem with this particular invention was the fact that the glass was filled with toxic liquids that could cause damage to the lungs, kidneys, and liver.
So you would throw it on a fire and it would stop the fire,
Mm-hmm.
but it would damage your insides.
Yeah. Yes.
Pretty shitty invention.
Yeah, awful. But they
Okay.
didn't know.
Yeah.
The electric hairbrush. This invention was not electric, but actually used magnets and was said to help cure individuals, but that they also offered many health benefits to ordinary people as well. I accidentally left out a word. Ooh, can I?
This is the Can I Start Over episode.
Yeah. So this is so weird. A word got deleted. Okay. The electric hairbrush.
The electric hairbrush.
This
I'm going
invention.
to pretend like I didn't just hear this.
Yeah. Yeah. This invention was not electric, but actually used magnets and was said to help cure baldness in individuals.
Oh, bring it on. I need that.
Yes, but they also offered many health benefits to ordinary people as well. So I left out the word baldness on accident, and that was like a key word.
It's a key word, especially in my life.
Yeah.
Baldness is a key word.
They claimed the electric hairbrush could cure constipation, malaria lameness, rheumatism, paralysis, and blood diseases.
Just from brushing your hair.
I don't know. I didn't look into it like further. I was just like, why?
You just brush your hair and all of a sudden you're like,
I
oh,
can,
and you take a dump.
yeah, I
dude?
don't know. It's very weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. The magnets? I don't know.
Do magnets do that?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
The pyrophone. Invented in 1852, also known as a fire organ or an exploding organ.
A lot of explosions here. A lot
Just
of
two.
explosives. Well, the one solved constipation. That's an explosion
That
of
was a
sorts.
hairbrush.
I know,
oh.
It could cause an explosion.
Yeah. This invention was powered by propane or gasoline, and with each note, a small explosion would produce a sound and light inside the tubes of the organ. Like the organ that you play, like do do do
Yeah.
do do. So yeah, there'd be like little psh, psh, psh. It
So it's like
probably
a
was
little-
really
a
cool.
little light show.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very like Disneyland.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool.
Okay.
The corset, which was not a Victorian invention, but had rather
So all these other ones, I mean, obviously they're not around anymore, but like what happened? Like what happened to that one, the organ thing? It was just a
they're
weird invention and it just phased out?
yeah,
or-
things just fade out. Yeah, people are like, we don't care about this anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. The corset, which was not a Victorian invention, but had rather been around for hundreds of years. During the Victorian era, however, they took the corset to an entirely new level. What are you doing over there?
Is it the plant? The plant's dying a little
Yeah,
bit.
because you keep it in pitch black surroundings. It
Well,
doesn't.
I said I wouldn't do that,
Well, you did.
but I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Corset. So those are definitely still around.
Yes.
Yeah.
So having a tiny waist became a fashion statement, promoting women to desire a waist of 15 to roughly 18 inches in diameter.
That's really small?
Yeah, when I was reading the article, it said about the size of a roll of toilet paper, like the diameter.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how thin women were trying to be. And
Yes.
where do your organs fit?
That it's not good. There were inventions designed to tighten corsets and unlace them. Because of the small desired size of the waist, rib cages began to become deformed. Organs were squished and miscarriages occurred often.
Mm.
Women also suffered fainting spells. Thus, fainting couches were invented.
The corset
Yeah.
is the origin story of the fainting couch.
Yes, the fainting couch. Yeah.
So
it actually
weird.
looked a lot like a chaise lounge, but it had like a full back like a regular couch, but then it just had like this like other part.
Yeah.
Like, so it kind of like just, I don't know.
I mean, you'd have to. I mean, were they timing their feints?
I don't know.
mean,
Maybe
that would
a
really
lady was
only
like
be-
exhibiting like some like faintiness,
Like,
and
get
they
her
were
to the
like,
couch.
yeah,
Get her to the fainting couch. And she's just
Yes.
like, oh.
yes, yeah. You always see that in like old movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's how real fainting happens.
I
think
don't
you just
know. I don't think I've
drop.
ever actually fainted, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah. The Steam Man, invented in 1893. It was a steam-powered man whose purpose was to pull wagons that were filled with people. It would stand about 6 feet tall and walk up to 5 miles per hour.
What? A robot? A
Yeah.
steam robot man?
Yeah.
What? We had robots in the 1800s,
It wasn't a robot, but it was a robot. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like mechanical. Like,
but it was a man,
it was a man.
like the Tin Man.
I don't know. It was just a man. But he like was powered by like there was like a boiler inside there, and you'd put like water and a little fire.
Uh
And
huh.
it was like
I'm gonna need to see some pictures. Are there pictures?
Uh-huh.
Because there was photography in the 1800s.
There was, but some of these are actually most of these inventions. They had like crude drawings, and they were like that style where it's all like black lines and like just
Yeah.
like white paper.
Yes.
And that's basically what a lot of these were
Okay.
in the articles I read. Yeah. The sunshade, worn like a backpack with 2 arms that went up and above the shoulders and head, with a top that shaded the individual. This was created to help soldiers fighting in desert areas.
It was just like an umbrella hat.
Except it was attached to your shoulders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that one.
I feel like you would rock one of those.
Oh, totally.
Like
huh?
if that was around right now.
Let's
what was
bring
it
back
called?
the sunshade.
The sunshade.
Yeah.
I could see you walking down.
Just walking down the street with my
Yeah.
sunshade.
Yeah, just through the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
because then you don't have to carry your umbrella. You've got your arms are free.
Yes, and by the way, yes, Babs does walk down the street with an umbrella.
I do in the summertime.
Like
Absolutely.
like a Victorian.
Yeah, there's an
age.
old man that I walk by, and it's been a little bit since I've seen him, but he always would yell from across the street, like wherever he would see me, he'd be like, "Parasol,
Parasol.
parasol." One time I was crossing the street and he was in his truck, and he like rolled his window down, and was like, "Parasol."
You are a spectacle.
I don't know, but yeah, it was cool. I always saw him too.
We gotta
I
get you a
I'm
sunshade.
convinced it's Jerry Schultz.
Oh, is it Jerry
I'm
Schultz?
almost positive it was Jerry Schultz.
Deputy Sheriff, retired.
Yes. The bicycle railway. This was an inverted bike placed upon a fence with a metal track where someone could pedal to a destination. It was a clever way for people to travel without having to watch where they were going, so they could enjoy the outdoor scenery. This invention never really took off and was ditched after 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like cool in theory, but you'd have to have a whole infrastructure.
Yeah,
of
you could
that
just
all
ride a
around.
bicycle.
Yeah, just ride a bike,
Yeah.
you lazy
I think that's
fuck.
why people were like, we could just ride
They're
this.
like, we have bikes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
All right.
not a very smart invention, but they tried.
Yeah.
The first all-terrain vehicle, also called the road and river cycle.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was a small boat styled similar to a catamaran, except with 3 wheels and a pedal. Or pedals, rather, not just one pedal. This invention was intended to prevent unnecessary travel around bodies of water. So instead of like having to go all the way around a lake, they just doot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like
Smart.
a water bike?
Well, it was like a boat and a bike together. It was a boat bike.
A
Yeah.
bike boat.
A bike boat. Yeah.
A boke.
How about
A bite.
yeah, never mind. Yeah. The Niagara wave rocking bath. A bath designed to rock back and forth. Bath.
Get this woman some wine, dude.
I know, right? How weird. The Niagara wave rocking bath. A bath designed to rock back and forth, allowing its participant to experience the sea or river without any water splashing around the room. A handlebar sat above the individual's head, allowing for easy rocking movements.
Why?
The Victorians were like,
What were they
I
thinking?
think they were
back then?
bored.
Yeah, they just had nothing
Yeah,
going
they were
on.
like, there's no TV, we don't have radios yet, like we need to do something.
Yeah, I think they were actively having that conversation too. They were
Yes.
like, we don't even have TVs.
Yeah, they were like,
We don't
we're
know what
so
that is.
bored.
We
Yeah.
don't, what's a radio? I don't know, but we don't have it. How about a wave rocking bathtub?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and the Niagara Fall thing was like a big deal, remember, in the 1800s?
Sure, yeah.
They would like go over in barrels.
Barrels, yeah.
That's so gnarly to
That's
me.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
How many people died doing that?
I don't know, but I think the first thing to go over was a cat,
Oh, that's sad.
but it lived.
Wow,
Yeah.
9 lives.
Yeah.
We lost 8 of them on that waterfall.
Yeah,
Jeez.
unfortunately. The multi-purpose cane. This cane could also turn into an umbrella, a net for catching butterflies, a pipe for smoking tobacco, and a musical instrument.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I
Why
don't
all
know.
at once?
I don't know.
Who was
No,
like,
not-
I need a net and I need to smoke my pipe?
Well, so it's not all at once. You had to like take it apart and like there was like little pieces that you could attach. So like you're walking along and you see a butterfly and you're like, oh my.
It's like a
net
Swiss Army umbrella.
Yeah, cane.
Yeah, Swiss Army cane.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, pretty chill. The toilet mask, or also known as the face glove, a mask designed to bleach and preserve the skin, worn on the face at least 3 times a week.
Bleaching the skin.
Yeah.
Why'd they do
They
that?
thought it was like good for your skin, like no wrinkles, no blemishes, like you keep yourself looking
You
great.
just trap your head in in a bleach bag.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad for
Yeah,
you.
I don't think it was good for you.
Yeah.
Some of the inventions that came from the Victorian era that we would all be familiar with today that have stuck around would be hot air balloons, sound recording, photography, the light bulb, the recipe for Coca-Cola, and many more.
Dang, really? The recipe for Coca-Cola goes all the way back to the 1800s?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I didn't know that.
I don't either.
I feel like I thought it was maybe early 19, which I guess not too far out from the 1800s.
Yeah. I think it was very, very late 1800s, but still didn't quite hit that 1900.
Hit me with that list again of ones that are still around. What was that?
So hot air balloons.
Hot air balloons.
So fun fact.
Yeah.
That is not the fun fact.
Yeah. Not fun fact.
Not fun fact. I actually have a book about the Civil War. Did you know that we had an Air Force during the Civil War?
I did not know.
It was one man, and he was in a hot air balloon, and his name was Thaddeus.
No, okay.
And I think his name was Thaddeus. It was something cool like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, he would go up there and he would survey, and he could like tell, when he come down, like these guys are in this area, these guys are over there. Like
Mhm.
we need to be careful. He also would be shot at like a lot,
Oh, yeah, I would imagine.
but he was a one man like Air Force.
That's pretty gnarly.
Yeah. So hot air balloons, that was a thing.
You know what? I guess now that I think about it, I mean, technology-wise, like, it's just hot air in a balloon.
It's actually a little fire, but yeah, hot air.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine that? Imagine being in the 1800s. There is no way possible at all that any humans could get that high in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's just a guy's like, I'll go.
Yeah, well, so he was actually super smart. He was a scientist, and they knew everything about the wind.
Yeah.
They knew which winds took you where, which winds to avoid, which there's certain layers where there are specific currents. It was actually like really amazing to read about. I was like, wow, I never knew anything about this.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Okay, and my sources are wikipedia.com, designyoutrust.com, dailymail.co.uk, and notesfromthefrontier.com.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Those were definitely some unusual inventions.
Very weird.
That was a lot. It was a lot of information.
Yeah, and I hope that wasn't too much. I just thought I don't want to like dive deep into one invention. That's kind of boring.
Sure.
So why not throw in a bunch of weird ones? Because these are all pretty much failed ones.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The bleach bag. What was it? The face toilet glove?
The toilet mask.
The toilet mask.
Also known as the face glove.
The face glove.
The toilet glove.
The toilet glove. Why'd they call it the toilet mask?
I don't know. Well, maybe because you use it in the bathroom.
Toiletries?
Toiletries?
I
Yes,
guess.
Maybe.
The toilet mask.
Yeah.
And when you said the toilet mask, I don't know. I pictured something entirely different.
I'm sure.
Like I don't know, goggles on your face that prevent you from
Ew.
like smelling your own shit or something. I was like,
Oh.
what the hell is a toilet mask? I don't know. They were doing weird stuff back then.
They were one that I didn't include on the list was bifocals for horses.
Since horses have a keen way of letting you know their vision's
Yeah,
a
I
little
know.
blurry.
They were worried that they couldn't see far away, and they were like, "We're going to invent these bifocals."
Can you imagine being a horse and one day they put some shit on your
Yeah,
eyes? You're like,
what
what
if
the fuck is this?
And what if the horse couldn't see and they
Yeah.
don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
don't
if
know.
it made his vision much worse?
Yeah, right. He starts tripping, like
Tripping
physically.
balls.
No,
Like he's
like
just starting-
physically trips.
He puts on these goggles and then eats some mushrooms.
Yeah,
Just goes on a wild journey.
yeah.
Okay, so the toilet mask, the
Yeah.
toilet glove, the toilet
The toilet mask,
or the
face glove.
face glove.
Yeah,
Face glove. That's a weird.
that's a weird word.
It's a weird phrase too.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a bleach bag for your face.
Yeah.
Oh,
It had like straps that went around your head.
I would like to see the results. I want like a before and after. I would like if there was like a modern like infomercial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Ooh.
is your skin? Do you need help with your skin staying nice and white? You
Yeah.
need the toilet mask.
It would be funny if someone did like mock like infomercials on some of these like Victorian
That's a great idea.
inventions.
That would be a great sketch.
It would be really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these are so weird.
Yeah, 1800s Victorian infomercials.
Yes, because they had the weirdest stuff.
Yeah, that is definitely weird. Oh,
Yeah.
that whole list was really weird.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I can't even like pick apart which ones. I'm like, they were all just really kind of odd.
yeah.
Yeah,
The Steam Man.
the Steam Man. I want to know about the Steam Man.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, there was a bunch. I like the sunshade. I agree. I like the cane too. The cane's cool.
I think you would have the cane
And
and,
the sunshade,
Yeah,
yeah.
Just like walking down Manhattan Beach.
I would like to find a cool cane. Like, let's bring back canes as like accessories.
You already have a cane.
It's
and-
not that
and
cool
you
though.
Use it.
And Brooklyn takes it from me.
And you use it unironically.
But not out of our house. Only inside of our house.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you want to.
I so want
You
to.
desperately
Yeah.
want to. But
Ooh,
you just
know
don't
what
wanna
I
be
would also
judged.
like is like an 1800s wheelchair.
You in wheelchairs.
I know.
One day you're going to be in a wheelchair and you're going to be like, why did I want this?
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want a wheelchair. I don't know.
All right. Well,
all right.
unusual Victorian inventions.
Yes.
Interesting.
Very.
Not one that I imagined we were talking about today.
Yeah. But it's
Although-
a fun one.
It is a fun one. All things Victorian related, 1800s related. I feel like
Mhm.
we're going to cover that whole.
We're gonna, everyone,
I feel like you're never going to touch the 15 or like the 1600s.
We have.
Okay, the 1700s.
We have a little bit.
Wet. What?
Wet?
Wet.
Wet.
We need alcohol. What is
I
wrong with us?
know, right?
Jeez.
Man, this is weird.
This is a bad advertisement for liquid death.
I know. We're like, this is not helping.
We're like, this isn't alcohol at all. No, I just feel like we're gonna cover every facet of the 1800s.
I'm fascinated with the 1800s.
I mean,
Therefore, I'm
we've
going to
gone-
shove
we
it down
did
everyone's
the,
throats.
What's it called? Josephine Myrtle Corbin.
Yeah.
We did the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
1800s or unusual Victorian inventions.
Yes.
What else have we done?
I think
That's
that's
1800s.
it. That fucking camera.
I know. I
What
don't
a
even
piece
why.
of shit.
I don't know.
I still
don't know.
have the little bit at the bottom. to
Yeah, the
do.
fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact.
I know. We're not done.
Oh,
I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm aware.
Okay.
Did you think I thought we were done?
No,
Did
the
you
camera
think I forgot
did.
about the fun fact?
The camera thought we were done.
Yeah. Well.
Um.
Whatever. We're at the fun fact. It is what it is.
Yeah.
From now on, it'll just
Oh,
be me. And
the
Babs.
milk. The fun fact was all 1800s milk.
See, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It all goes back to the 1800s.
All right, coming up
All
next, we're gonna get
roads
the
lead.
Industrial Revolution,
Maybe.
Civil War.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Well, I think right now, just on this note, and I don't want to get you thinking too much here, but at some point we're gonna do some episodes that are according to my husband,
Yeah.
where I will take over Bab's responsibility of researching a topic.
Yeah, but then does that mean I take on your responsibility of making jokes? Because that's not really my thing.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to try.
I'm not going to have to try. I ask questions.
That's what you do. Ask questions.
Yeah, okay.
Most of what I do is ask questions.
Okay.
Most of my jokes, they don't even land anyway.
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
just like, what?
Very true.
You're
Yeah.
like, that's not even funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But you engage in conversation.
Okay.
So anyway, I have a couple topics already.
Okay.
And I think one of them's right up your alley.
Ooh.
I think you're going to be very interested in one of them.
All right. Well, it
I
sounds
think
like
you're going to be
it's-
interested in everything I have, all the topics that I have so
do
far.
you?
Yeah,
Wow.
because they're fucking good.
Okay. Well, you're up next then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
While you guys are gone,
Mm-hmm.
I will prepare my
Good.
topics.
Do it.
All right. Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Victorian book flirting.
Victorian book flirting.
Yes.
Okay. Is this? Mozart. 1800s, wasn't it?
No, 17s.
17s.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. All right.
So Victorian book flirting. There were several ways to flirt with someone you had an interest in, but one of the ways people in the Victorian era flirted was with books. Holding a book upside down was a way of asking if that person loved you. Placing a book on the right shoulder signaled yes. Placing on the left shoulder meant no. Resting a book on the left cheek meant you are being watched. Dropping a book meant the person wanted to speak to you. Resting a book on the knee meant you would speak to them, or you wanted to speak to
Did
them.
everyone know this? This was
No.
a universally understood language?
I don't know.
Or like 4 12-year-old girls decided that this was
I don't know. It's
this
just
was
like
how
a
they
thing.
flirted with books.
Okay, so I came across an article that talked about this, but I have also seen what are the things on Facebook that they do? Like, are those called reels also?
Yeah.
There's this girl I follow. Her name's, I think, Asta Darling. She's like all into like Victorian stuff.
Mhm.
And like she did a whole video on like Victorian book flirting.
Okay, that's weird.
I know. That's where I first heard of it. And then I looked it up and I found this whole article. So
Should we bring
I
it
don't know.
back?
Yeah.
Should we
We
just
should.
subtly? I think one of these days, I swear to God, if you like rest a book on your left shoulder or something, and you're just gonna look at me like I'm supposed to know, and be
Like
like,
you're supposed to know.
like, what the fuck are you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're like,
Well,
I'm
also,
book
like,
flirting.
what? Yeah. What if you drop a book on accident?
I don't know.
Does that really mean you want to speak to someone?
You better hope it does.
Yeah, that's right. Resting a book on the knee meant you would speak. You wanted to speak to them. I already said that. Holding a book between the teeth meant you hated the person. You're like,
It's a little book.
a little, yeah. Well,
You
maybe.
couldn't hold like War and Peace in your teeth, you know?
I just imagine the cover, just like lifting it slightly and like,
Why couldn't they just use words?
I don't know.
Why couldn't they just speak? It seems like a more effective way of flirting.
Yeah, I agree.
Have a fucking conversation instead of biting your book.
Yeah, yeah. I
See,
don't
fucking
know.
Carol keeps biting her book. Is she okay?
Yeah. Drawing a book across the forehead meant I love you. Like this, like, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not. I didn't make this crap up. Just telling you. Holding a book with both hands meant may I see you home tonight.
But what if you just like forgot?
Yeah, I don't
and you're
know.
just like, and then all of a sudden some dude follows you
So
home.
maybe it was like teenage like flirting. Like maybe the like parents didn't know anything about this. So like when you were around like someone your age, you could be like, I want to bang you, but it's like through book talk.
You're like, I'm holding my book
Yeah, yeah.
with both hands.
Yeah, exactly. And so people like maybe the parents didn't know. I don't know.
I feel like dudes didn't know this.
Girls were just
I feel
it
like
was all
girls
in
were
their
like-
head.
Just doing stuff with books. And guys were like, what the fuck are these chicks doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Victorians also used roses to signify where a person stood in relation to friends or love interests, which I think you probably know about that. Like, isn't like yellow like friends
No, why would I know this?
Red is like love.
Why would I know anything
I don't remember
about
what white is.
what rose,
It's
different
like a
color
thing.
roses
Like
stand
people know
for?
this.
I don't know this.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know what suit size. I
Yellow
am.
is, I'm pretty sure, friendship though. Like if you give someone a yellow rose or a bouquet, it's like we're just friends.
It's kind of fucked up.
But I thought everybody knew that.
Yeah, but what if someone like they were like in a completely different zone and then all of a sudden they were just like handed a bouquet of yellow flowers and like, oh, fuck.
We should bring that back.
No.
Yes.
We have communication.
Yeah. Okay.
We have words.
That's true. Yeah.
We have ways to speak to each other. And we're more connected than ever with these damn phones.
Except we're not.
I mean, sure.
We're disconnected.
You could
even
make
though we're
that
connected.
argument, yes. But I would argue that communication is a little bit better now than putting a book on your knee or handing someone a fucking yellow flower.
Okay, so escort cards were popular as well and could easily be slipped into the hand of a love interest upon passing.
Escort cards still very popular in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Those are escort cards.
Oh, I know. They make those noises when you walk by.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Yeah. You know that a little too well.
Because I've been to Vegas a million times.
Yes. Okay, so an escort card. These cards would be coded in such a way, for example, come see our new lamp. You can turn it down so low that there is scarcely any light at all. P.S. Our sofa just holds 2. Yes.
Spicy.
Yes.
My goodness.
I know.
All hot and bothered after that escort card.
I know.
My goodness.
So it's kind of like coded, but it's also like,
Seductive.
like it's definitely implying something.
Yeah.
Like turn the lights down and come sit next to me.
It's very
but
suggestive.
It's suggestive,
Yeah.
There were also forms of flirting with handkerchiefs and gloves.
No mention of just speaking to the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Things were very
maybe they
complicated.
did that too, but maybe not as much. I don't know. Or maybe they did. I don't know.
I don't know. No one knows.
No one knows. My sources are atlasobscura.com.
Okay. Or also that that girl's real.
Oh, and Asta Darling
Asta Darling.
Yeah, Asta Darling on Facebook and probably also on Instagram.
All right.
Yeah, her page is actually interesting. She does she'll like go through an entire outfit from like the 1800s, 1900s, 1700s. It's interesting.
That's very interesting.
She also is really into anime, so there's like very night and day. Like I don't know.
That's an interesting crossover.
It's very strange. I started following her because of the vintage stuff, and then all of a sudden I'm like, why is she posting about anime? So I think she's like really into anime, but then like another side of her is like 1800s.
Well, I think it's only a matter of time before you discover anime.
I've seen Ponyo.
I've seen Ponyo. All right. Well, unusual Victorian inventions and book flirting.
Book flirting.
The toilet mask, book flirting, and
the escort card.
Escort cards. The steam man and the toilet mask.
No, you're just
book
no.
flirting and escort card. It's just going to be 47 commas.
Yeah.
It's just going to go on. I feel like I'm having a tougher time discovering Are you looking? What's going on?
Oh, I can see my reflection.
You are so easily distracted. It's ridiculous.
No, I'm not.
Do I have to like physically block
No, I can't see myself.
your face?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting better at coming up with titles after I listen to it.
Yeah, I don't know why you do this during.
Sometimes it's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes I land on one.
Yeah.
You never know.
Mostly you're just rambling.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
just mostly rambling here, aren't we?
I'm not.
You're rambling with intention, maybe.
Okay.
All right, unusual Victorian inventions and weird-ass ways of flirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And none of which included actually talking or communicating with people.
Yeah.
God, no wonder Jack the Ripper murdered a bunch of women. He probably wasn't picking up on all the book flirts.
Yeah, right?
He was like, I'm trying to talk to girls and they just keep doing things with their books. What the hell do I do? And he's like, just kill them all.
Jeez.
But
yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know.
Was that a creepy laugh as I'm talking about Jack the Ripper?
That was a creepy laugh. And I don't think the microphones could have picked up on it, but yeah, that was weird.
Or was it just a dog barking? More than likely a dog barking.
No, that was definitely a laugh.
I don't think it was a laugh.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was a dog.
It was a laugh.
It was a dog laughing. I don't know. All right. That'll do it. I didn't say it in the beginning of the podcast because I fucked up, but please like and subscribe on YouTube. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please subscribe and leave us a review. If you are listening and or watching on Spotify, please follow us and leave us a 5-star rating. Also, there are polls and questions on every episode on Spotify that you can be active in. You can be a part of, according to my wife. You can also stare at yourself in the reflection behind your husband constantly.
Did you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Sorry.
Yeah. You're pretty
we should
obvious.
just put a mirror right there.
No, we should not.
Wait.
We'll never get anywhere because you'll be like, and this, and then, and then just stare at yourself for like 4 minutes. All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Next time that sounded weird. Let's do it again.
They just sounded like two cans.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You're stupid.
I know. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate you. This has been
Yes.
another episode of According to My Wife.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers.
Toodles.